All right. Hey, legends. Today, I want to talk about the 5 things that you need to know as a photographer to get access to rich clients. So, to start off, I just want to frame it first why you'd want to go after these kind of clients. And I say rich as a little bit clickbaity, but you can go over low hanging fruit and you will always be chasing your tail. So, the jobs that might pay you $100 to $300 to make a sustainable living or to make a really good living, you have to constantly be turning over clients and shooting every day or 3 times a week or whatever it is. So, if you're doing to earn $1,000 a week, we're talking AUD here, you need to do two $500 jobs or 5 $200 jobs, and then the next week you need to do that again and again, and you're constantly looking to chase these clients. Where if you go over higher end clients, where yes, it might be harder to break into, but you only need to shoot once a week, once every second week, once every 2 months. Sometimes the jobs can be that big, and you start to see that the juice is worth the squeeze when you go after clients that big because the payoff is that big. But how do we do that? How do we go after clients that can afford to pay that much? And what do you have to do to be worthy of that? So let's go through those 5 things. The first one is you need to identify your market. So um, I don't mean any of this to put anyone down, but a lot of the times, if you're going after small family shoots, that market, people don't have thousands of dollars to spend on a family shoot at the beach. That's usually, a couple of your 50 to $300 or whatever it is. Um, that market just cannot afford to pay you the bigger dollars, so you'll have to turn it over. That's not to say that someone wants to pay you $200 to go shoot their family. Sure, go do it, but it's not going to be as sustainable. Whereas if you go after a market, say that are businesses or old money kind of families or really high end clients like that in that area, they can afford to pay you more. And we'll get to how your product can be valuable enough to warrant that. So, 3 off the top of the head are like marketing agencies that provide the photography or videography service along with the other marketing for large businesses. Large businesses directly have the budget to pay for higher end, more expensive photography. And higher end clients, sorry, not higher end clients, wealthy clients, they also have the budget and the money to afford a higher end product. Which brings me to the next one is you can't go after these clients if your product is subpar. If you're shooting on your phone, a lot of the times you're not going to get the $2,000, $50,000 job. It just doesn't work like that. Okay, sure you can if you're famous or you have a really clear niche that someone really wants to pay for, but for the most part, you might not get that. So your level of work or what you have to offer them needs to elevate to reach that market. And the thing is, sometimes it's not maybe as high as you think it might be, but you need to have an eye and a niche that is clearly definable and that they go, I want exactly that. So the next part is bring your product worthy of that. And another way that you can do that is just put more in it. So you think it's not enough photos in this package to warrant $5,000, put more photos in it. You don't think there's enough prints in there to warrant it, put more prints in it. You don't think that the size of the crew that you have to bring to shoot it, you just start adding more and more and more to make it worth more. The next one is solve bigger problems. So this leads back to similar to the first point, but it's a small problem for a small business to take the photo of one object. It's a big problem for a big business if you need to go shoot the entire team of a multinational corporation. That's just an example, or something where it's okay, we're launching a new car. this car, you think about the millions of dollars that's gone into production for that. They want to make sure that it's a banging release video or photos. So you just need to solve a bigger problem for these people. The next is like, well, how do you these people know about you? Well, yes, you could go the route of letting Instagram or Facebook or your non-direct marketing try and get their attention. But I've found the easiest way is pick up the phone, dial their number, and ring them, or directly email them. A lot of the time you can go on the websites of marketing agencies, large businesses, and you do it's only a little bit of digging, and you find the direct email to their media chick or to the media department of their business, or the director or the art director of the advertising agencies. Or if it's an individual, they might even have their email or phone number on their Instagram or on their Facebook. And for 5 minutes of your time to write that email and send it off, that could land you, it could literally change your life. The next part that to consider is rich people can just afford to pay more. So it's all subjective to everyone's scenario, but someone who's on, say, $90,000 a year, they might have the disposable income to afford only $500 worth of shoot. But for the same exact product, someone on a $3 million a year income, they can afford for the same thing $3,000. It's still percentage-wise the same amount of their wage. Check my math, I know it's not, but you get the idea. And they can just afford to spend more on this luxury item. And finally, this is more of on the individual basis, but some wealthy individuals, they just like to be able to have the flex of, I paid this much for something. And a very luxury item for them that a lot of people just don't need is, one of the definitions of luxury, and that is a photographer. Oh yeah, I had my photographer. He came and shot this for me. Or oh, yeah, I know a guy. He does my work. He done all this stuff, and that's part of the flex. And I'm not saying that everyone does it to purposely flex. It can just be a thing that they do because it does bring a lot of value. Other people, it might be a very thought through flex, that's what they want to do it for, to show that they can afford that. And that's fine. If you benefit from it, sick. So there's the 5 ways, or 5 things to consider rather, on accessing and why you should go after higher value clients, because no one likes kicking around scraping a living as a photographer or videographer. If you like that kind of stuff, by all means go after it. But I know for me personally, I'd rather shoot the higher ticket stuff that's usually more fun as well on a less regular basis. And then all the stuff like the little family things or the stuff that you do that are on such a low end of the scale, just go shoot them for free. It builds your portfolio, people love you for it, and you can just go after the big jobs. So have a go at that, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.